Good Friday afternoon. We are coming to you live this afternoon from Pooler Stadium, where Fellowship Christian is taking on Savannah Christian tonight. Kickoff at 7:30, but you can see all the action beginning right here. All the action beginning at 8 o'clock right here on WSAV. It is our WSAV Blitz game of the week. We're going to step outside and take a look at the view overlooking downtown Savannah, similar to what we have out here in Pooler, a mix of clouds and sunshine at times. Those clouds are a little bit gray on their bottom sides there, and that's what we're looking at here, filtering the sunshine just a bit, but temperatures have warmed into the lower 80s here in the city. We have a decent breeze out of the north, helping to keep that air mixed up, so it is feeling pretty comfortable with some dry air in place for us. Temperatures a little further inland are a little milder, mid to upper 80s, especially along and west of I-95 and south of Interstate 16. Those wind speeds today have been upwards around 10 to 15 miles per hour out of the north and northeast. We're going to keep that in the same type of pattern over the next day or so, keeping the humidity levels a little bit lower than what we would normally expect. But with those clouds around Viper radar, we may be tracking a couple of showers as we head into the next couple of hours, especially as the sea breeze comes in on shore and we have some of those cumulus clouds developing across the area. But for the most part, we are looking at a dry scan across the area, and that will remain the case going into the evening hours. A few clouds with us early on. Temperatures fairly warm for kickoff, but then cooling off into the 70s by the later evening hours. So either way, it is going to be a pretty nice night for high school football around the region, and that trend continues into the weekend. But for Saturday, that wind will remain fairly strong for us, gusting up to around 20 to 25 miles per hour for us during the afternoon hours. So you'll definitely notice that if you're going to be doing anything outdoors on Saturday. As we take a wide look around the nation with our wider vapor imagery, we can see why we are going to be in a quiet pattern for the next few days. Notice how far the jet stream dips in the west, goes far to the north in the central part of the U.S. and dips back down into the eastern U.S., and that's a blocking high in the central U.S., and that's going to stop anything in the way of storms from moving in from the west, so conditions will remain quiet, but it is helping us to set up for a tighter pressure gradient that we can see on our satellite and radar view, definitely setting us up for a breezy stretch of weather, especially for our Saturday. As far as the tropics right now, fairly quiet across the basin, especially the Gulf and the Caribbean, though there is something that we may have to keep an eye on eventually in the western Caribbean. There's some cloudiness out in the Central America region there that might drift northward and develop, but our concern is what's moving off of the coast of Africa right now. South of the Cape Verde Islands, there's an area with a medium chance of developing into the season's next tropical depression or tropical storm over the next 5 to 7 days. Gradual development is possible during that time, but it looks like at this point it would not pose any threat to the eastern U.S., so definitely still some good news out of the tropics, even with that potential development. Closer to home for tonight, temperatures will be cooling off pretty decently after sunset. 60s inland, 70s for us right at the coast with a mostly clear sky. And then for tomorrow, high temperatures will warm into the lower to middle 80s for most of us, especially inland. We will have a strong breeze throughout the day that will still make conditions feel pretty comfortable despite those warmer temperatures for some of us. For the boaters, though, definitely exercise extra caution. Those winds will be strong and the waters will be rough along the Georgia and South Carolina coast. So quiet weather overall, other than the strong breeze for the weekend. Temperatures in the mid to upper 80s for highs. That trend certainly will continue into the beginning of next week, with those temperatures trending pretty close to normal for this time of the year. At the end of the week, we keep things a little bit warmer, and we do add in a slight chance for a few passing showers, especially for next Thursday and Friday. That's a check of your weather forecast for now. I hope you get a chance to enjoy the nice weather tonight and into the weekend. For now, we'll send it back to the studio to Tina and Andrew.
All right, we're going to take advantage of this weather. It's nice for sure, Scott. Thank you.